All right, cool. I think this works. A little green thing on the mic says it's working. Cool. Toot. Tweet. Go on. Do it. Okay. How's it going? Ugh. Gonna do some co-working today. Where's little settings? Just letting people know. How's it going? Okay. Let's see. Grab the desktop. Cool. Figured we just kind of do some work together. If you wanted to chat about, let me get rid of this. Chat about some stuff. I'm here to chat about Hyper or anything Rust really. But I'm also going to try and fix up some backports for Hyper 014 in between chatting. Basically something I need to do and wanted to see if I can chat with some people while I do it. So, what are we doing? This one, backport 014. Yeah, cool. Let's go. This is 3063. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and toss this into my own branch first. Sean 3063. What happens if we just rebase? Okay, yeah. Changelog and cargo toml. Wait, that's it? Oh, no. There's 14 commits. Right on. All right. Duh. That's the wrong branch. Abort. Don't do that. There we go. That worked perfectly. How's it going, everyone? Trying a different mic. Seemed like last week my Bluetooth was being garbly. I found a wired one. Wait. I don't remember what this PR even does. Hey, David. How's it going? Actually, now that you're here, you just reminded me there was an issue that I had meant to ping you on, and then I just never did. Hyper. So let's ping you live. Let's see. That was, where is that? It's like deconstruct client. Maybe it's this one? Yes, this is the one. David, I'm going to ping you here because I, oops, would love some opinions. Wait, what? David pattern, there you go. Hey. Are these things moving to tower? There we go. Thanks for reminding me. I'll explain very briefly. As I was porting over the client to the legacy client, the client, and yeah, now you have to answer exactly. It's recorded. So when I was transferring over the client from 0.14 to hyperutil, I was also writing out this, I don't know, design doc or something about how I'd love to break it apart so that each is like a tower layer, or at least composable, so that way you could like swap the order or fit in different pieces, better customize it. And so I started to, in the code, I was like, oh, well, currently the client like automatically sets the host, or currently it adjusts the request target for HTTP1, and so forth. And so then I started to think, well, some of these are probably like not hyper specific. Maybe they belong in Tower HTTP. I don't know. And others are more hyper specific. And so maybe they belong in hyperutil. But yeah. So there we go. So back to what I was doing. One of the things as we're marching forward on Hyper 1.0, yeah, some of them probably do. Probably makes sense. But I mean, then again, I wasn't sure if they were like too tiny that, maybe a wiser person than me would push back and say, Sean, that's not smart, which is fine. Let's see. So for those of you coming in, I'm here to chat. We can work together, or I'm just going to work on something and chat with anyone who wants to talk. But the thing I'm working on is, as we march closer to Hyper 1.0, I want to make the upgrade experience nicer. And part of the way to do that is to take the things that are not breaking changes, like the things that are additions, and add them into 0.14 with an optional feature flag right here. It shows backports, and then allow people to enable them. And then if you do that, then we'll also point out like, hey, maybe with a deprecation warning or something, you should update your code to use this new pattern because the old pattern is going to go away. So that way, the upgrade feels nicer. That's the goal. And two wonderful people have already submitted backporting of the client and the server modules. But there was some changes in Hyper 1.0 that I think I need to add to the backports, or else the backports aren't actually full backports. So that's what I think. That's what we're doing here. So if I remember correctly, the issue is that we added, I think we added some stuff to, yeah, what should I do? We'll compare, because it's not going to show What has changed? Yeah, no. Not gonna really show what has changed on master because the target branch is 0.14, but we have here needed to pass an executor. I don't know if we did that because that was something that we forgot about at first. No, see, we forgot to pass an executor here, and I'm guessing the builder new also is probably forgetting that too. So I'm gonna have to just add that in. And then hopefully we can get people some nice backported stuff. So I'm gonna do something here. Full, and we're just gonna do that. Kick off cargo check. I usually just enable full while I'm working locally, so that way Vim, which talks to Rust Analyzer, actually has all the code running. Because if I don't, then everything is configured off and nothing actually gets checked. What are we doing? Builder, right? Yeah, fn new. We need to pass an executor. Can we click that and get it? No, don't do that. Okay. That's cool. Let me just copy this. What are we doing? Set paste. Paste. And right, do exec new. Yeah. And if we do that, it said everything is fine. Really? Of course. Let me go ahead and enable backports as well. Perfect. What's broken? Yeah, makes sense. There we go. It's running and everything is bad. Exactly what I was looking for. Just reminded here I have this ext module file and then the ext folder, and I had hoped that we could set up the Climpy lint that catches that, and a contributor a day or two ago just did that, and then we found out that there's a bug in Clippy and it doesn't actually notice it. So that's cool. And I don't want to fix it without getting the lint fixed, because then I miss knowing that we're actually catching that. Anyways, that's exec. So yeah, there's no new here, right? Exactly. Well, I mean, then I got other weird things. You know what? I'm just going to do this. Does that make everything happy? It does. No, don't save any changes. We're done there. Right, so now we need exec here, like we did before. What did that look like? No, don't do that. Handshake. Yeah. So I had to throw a generic there. Exec E. Just gonna copy this. Oh, I gotta pass it. Perfect. All is well. I don't remember if there's anything else. It'd be cool. Okay. Yeah. If we could check out master. Bah. Okay. And then we can copy the file that's here to yeah. And then what was it? John 3063. And then, well, it's not a git diff, but what I want is to diff conn hp2 master with exactly. That's right. We also remove the prefixes on the functions because we have no need for them now that they're separated, and we forgot about that before doing this backport. Okay. Then what we have here is HP2, right? What we'll do is replace all fn HP2 something with just fn, right? What? What do you mean? Yeah, fine. Okay. Now what happens? Oh. All the documentation didn't get changed. Is that all the HP2 underscore references are? Yeah. All right then. Goodbye. Um, cool. So differences are that we pass a timer. That's not really backwards compatible, so we can't port that. Is closed, doesn't matter. That stuff doesn't really matter. Okay, I think that's everything. That looks right. Then actually, we want to do the same thing in HP1 here. And if I save, everything's happy, right? What's going on, everyone? The sun just came out. It's been cloudy all day. After snowing for a few days. And I look out the window and the mountain right there is all covered in white. Looks so cool. Hey, Lucio. How's it going? You still in LA? Joshua Tree. Ooh. I love. It's such a great place to be at night when you can see all the stars. Starlink. Yeah. I've never tried that. I assume you need some sort of account or something. Starlink expensive? I know nothing. Just that just that the Twitter man has blasted some satellites into space. Really? It snows in Joshua Tree? Not usually. What are we doing? You know, that's right. Some of my friends back home were saying that they were getting hail yesterday, and yeah, crazy. Yeah, you got to go down to South America or Africa or something. Get away from that winter. Mm, okay. Argentina. That's cool. What'd you see? Buenos Aires or more? Did you happen to go by Iguazu Falls? That is super cool. I think that's the part that I remember the most. Ah, worth going back. Um, okay. All right. It's no longer checking everything because, but everything's fine. I don't need that weird file anymore. Uh-huh. Add smoke test. Hey, Rocky Felix. Is this TMUX on WSL? Yes. Yes. Uh, that is what I do. Um, I have a virtual server that actually does, runs Linux and does all the actual Rust stuff. I don't want to deal with what do you need to do on Windows? You need Visual C++ Studio. I don't know. That's nerd tree. That gives you the file tree like that. Nerd tree. Preserve Vim. Looks like the owner might have changed. Whatever. Oh, that's why. No more maintainer. But yeah, it's really great, really useful. I forget what I was doing. There were commits in this file. PR, right? 3 commits. Okay. I think I want to make each of these probably their own PR, maybe, or at least the deprecation and the adding of one to be separate. So what do we do? Sean backport fixes. I'll just repaste that in somewhere. Astro and Vim. Is that a... And NVim is NeoVim, I assume? I never bothered to pay attention. I know NeoVim was all, oh, Vim is old and not async. Let's make NeoVim. And then once I finally started to pay attention to that, Vim 8 came out with async plugins, and so I didn't care to move over. So first we're going to make a PR of just the backports. And oh gosh, Nix. I know nothing about that. I keep seeing people talk about Nix, but basically the majority of stuff that I see people say is, help, I have no idea what I'm doing. And that is exactly not the feeling I want to have when I'm just trying to do regular stuff. Yeah. Like 10 years ago, I loved to hack on various things, my computer, and I would jailbreak my phone and make sure it had all the coolest whatevers and themes and stuff, and I've just gotten to the point of I don't care enough. Like Windows is good enough, Android is good enough. I have the ability to break out if I wanted to, which is why I don't go with Apple stuff. But I haven't really reached for it in a few years. Smoke test. What is a smoke test? Oh, okay. This has a test. Well, this can be part of this one too then. Basically, we just don't want to deprecate things together, right? That's what I think. And we'll just fix up these things, right? Yeah. Now there's just one commit where we add that stuff. I'm gonna guess that I haven't updated the tests to use to pass the executor thing. So what is that? Features full and backports and what file is that in? See ya, David. Thanks for coming by. That's in the client file. So Lucio, since you're here, I was noticing in the Tower channel people were talking about poll ready and stuff, and I know I've seen the discussions and they've just kind of flown by, and my eyes have kind of glazed over. What is the current thinking for propagating back pressure if poll ready goes away? Just out of band somewhere else, not Tower's problem, that sort of thing? Errors. So you try to send a request and you just get back, sorry, go away, right? A notify, like, you mean like the Tokyo Sync notify thing? The ergonomics are not worth the benefits. I'm not sure what's ergonomic and what gives benefits, but yeah. Yeah, if you got an error and it said try again. Mm-hmm. Some other, our prior art, Finagle, they have this idea of like status on a service, which is either open, busy, or closed, I think, which is essentially like our pull ready. Carl wants error to be removed. Okay, cool. I'm guessing it then. Yeah, then it's just kind of like future, right? Where or a function, and you just a protocol or a service can say its response type is a result, right? I'm guessing. Yeah. Wanting to return your own error. Error types make me sad. I'll just say that. I have this whole error helper library that I wrote before I joined AWS, and it was like right before anyhow, anywho came out. Any whatever. The problem is that all of them suck. Like fail sucks anyhow. My thing. I mean, like no offense to the people that made them. I made one. It sucks. They all suck because it can't implement error and also be like a box error. That whole thing makes me grumpy. So we're looking at 2291, right? Not 22,000. What are we doing? Struct Tokyo exec impl. Yeah, and then we just say Tokyo spawn shoot, right? I'd probably need one of these. Does it matter if I set the output type? I don't think it matters. And then we just pass it in, right? No. Oh, I need to import future. Like that. Of course. Of course. Is that enough? But okay, so the idea would be that back pressure would go through a special, like some sort of sentinel error type, or a magical variant in an enum, which that sounds horrible. A error, not really an error type. I mean, it's an error. It's like try send, right? Does it give back the request? What's up, Kyle? Hey, the tests are all working. It's all thanks to you guys. So what are we doing? I ask myself that a lot. I never know. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Going to 014. My mic is a whisper. I mean, I talk really low. I could probably boost that. So that way I don't know if that does anything. Make me louder. Done. Is there an option on the microphone head thingy? Plus button. Plus button. No, that just makes the ears louder. Cool. All right then. I mean, is much louder. Without qualification, that's not necessarily a good thing. Okay. Well, now you can hear me. This is updating, what was that, 3053, but I thought, what? Oh, I haven't made a PR yet. Okay. Why did it say that? Cool. I mean, not having ears sounds helpful sometimes. What's going on down there? I hear it's hailing and snowing and all sorts of weird stuff in Southern California. Yeah. The entire sky or just most of it? Oh, LA doesn't need a sky. Wait, what? Why is it out of date? I thought I... Oh. Yeah, I don't remember it ever snowing in LA. I mean, I'm sure it has at some point in history. I just don't ever remember it. Okay. Yeah, no, now we're all up to date. Cool. Indeed. No, but this is good. Got half of this PR done, or updated. The other one is to include the deprecation stuff in a separate, yeah, deprecated. Oh, that's good. We'll tackle that next. So, what else is going on? Rain. Yep. It snowed here a couple days ago. We actually had our first snow emergency, is what the city calls it. Sounds all scary. There's signs and everything that says, like, when under snow emergency, do this. It just means that snow is falling. Basically, at least 2 inches of snow is falling a day, classifies the city as a snow emergency. It just means you have to move the car every 24 hours because the plows blast the other side of the street. That happened for just one day. It's all exciting, and now it's basically melted. Because it's 50 degrees up here. Probably warmer than it is in California. All right, well, while that's going, we can also break off this other commit into its own PR. 3063 deprecated. Yeah. Funny thing is that I imagine there, all the Californians are shivering like they're gonna die of hypothermia. And here, I'm wearing a sweater and I'm starting to melt myself, not the snow. Mm. And all we want is this. Whoa. Now what's unhappy? What? Oh. Oh. All right, then I'll go back to. Wait, what? What's in here? No, I'll just rebase off of this one. Backports. That way, I get this stuff from before. There we go. Perfect. See? Mm-hmm. Oh, kind of want to go for a walk. Looking very pretty outside now. Is this built yet? No. Why is everything always got to be so slow? The key is to be ready to go on a walk right after the sky has finished falling. And then you can fall through. You can fall upwards through the sky. See? Think about that. That'd be an experience. I love that expression. It'll be an experience. It says nothing about whether or not the experience will be enjoyable or regrettable. Just that it will be something that you experience. Well, it's not an astronaut. They get a spacesuit. It's a whole lot harder to work on something at the same time as talking to people. A whole lot harder than it looks. It'll be an experience. That's true. I think I just push this, right? Oh wait, but it's going to depend on this. Give me the little, there we go. And this goes in here. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's what I typically do. But then the thing is that I do a thing and it's working, and I look back at chat, and then when it's done, I'm like, why was it even working? I don't remember. Right. This is replacing. Nope, not that. Not that either. Here we go. 3063. 3063. What was this? 3155. Merge first. Yeah, it's not even worth looking at while they're together, because you can't tell. I'm probably not going to actually merge this on stream, because I want to actually make sure that I didn't forget any last little piece. And so I need to like actually read it with the goal of comprehending, instead of just reading to show off how poorly I read. Because if I backport something that's not quite the thing to backport, then I'm just stupid. So I try to minimize the amount of times I am that. But I'm excited. This is good. Been meaning to just get this done, and then everything just keeps piling up on the way. Everything takes up time. Writing blog posts. I feel like my life at this point is like doing code reviews, writing blog posts, and then occasionally writing some code. And even then, right now, I'm just tweaking code that someone else already wrote. So it's like it's code review. So Felix, how did that porting go? You said that you finished, and that once the errors go away, it just works, right? Hey, a net negative 4,000 lines. That's good. I'm so sorry. That's enormous. Uh, what are you checking the IO error for? Are you looking for like a specific kind of IO error that you know can happen and you need to like repeat, or? Because you can do that by using not downcast. Use source to get what perhaps what caused the error, which if there's an IO error, Hyper will wrap it in a hyper error, but it's caused by the IO error. That's the source. So you grab the source and then you downcast, is this an IO error? And then you could peek into it and see what the IO error kind is. Though I'm of the opinion that generally that is an anti-pattern. Unless you have a very specific error case that you fully understand, yes, I know this will happen and I want to do something about it. But if it's like a spurious IO error, then just that can be very fragile. You are converting IO errors to conn error. Interesting. So I'm guessing all IO errors were just treated differently. Yeah, those people who write code years ago, I have no idea what they're doing. At least that's how I feel when I read my code from 4 years ago. I always tell myself I'll leave comments specifically saying this is for future me, because I don't expect anyone else to read my code, but I expect myself to have to read it at some point, and I look at it and I'm like, why did I do it this way? That's like half my experience for writing code at this point. Sean, what were you thinking? Did we fail? No, wait, no, not this one. Add 1.0. Oh, here we go. Cool. It passes. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to merge this on stream. I want to go through it one more time without being distracted. Yeah, Felix, you said you've streamed game dev before. Do you do it for work? Is that what you were working on, like a server for a game, or is it something totally different? You do game dev as a hobby, maybe. Just for a hobby. Yeah. That might be kind of cool to get into with all my free time. I have none. When I was practicing programming before I got a real job, I was making. I made a tower defense game. Yep. Yeah. What was that for? For the sidekick? Was that what it was for? I think so, maybe. That sounds a little familiar. Um, and I made I made Pac-Man and Brick. Well, I mean, it could be very relaxing if you were to just go find Dolly and soothingly tell it what you wished it were to draw. Oh, cool. Looks like this one's going to be green too. I could tackle this one too. What does this do? How different is it? Something to share? Oh, you mean like some work that your hobby has created and you can now show it? So what's up here? Yeah, this is already in the other branch, so I'll just need to tweak that. Is this all in one commit or two commits? Backporting, backport. Oh, all right. I'll need to go through this one and break off the deprecated stuff into a separate PR, just because I think I want that to be separate. So that way it's easier to revert or anything like that. What is this? A test. Cool. All right. That should be doable later this afternoon. I pinged David on stream and he didn't reply. Godot. What's that? I know nothing. Okay. Python-like languages is Godot and Python. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Looks like a graphics engine? No. I mean, I guess it's like a world building engine, right? Duty. Birdie. Oop. Scripting. Wait, is this how you do stuff? Is this how you write anything? Oh, C sharp. Uh-huh. C sharp, yay. Really? Rust bindings. Godot Rust. I assume this is what you're referring to, unless they just managed to soak up all the SEO juice and install bindgen. Hold on. I'm sure there's more I need to install, right? Because wait, why is this a seed I live? Oh, okay, I get it. You're making a library that then other parts of Godot could do things with. Got it. Yeah, no, okay, that makes sense. So this crate isn't like Godot itself. You can write some stuff in Rust, but then I guess you got to plug it into the normal Godot way of doing things. I say this as if I have any idea what I'm talking about. But looks cool. I wonder how long it would take for me to get something working. Basically, if it took longer than an hour, I don't think I want to figure it out. I just don't have the time. Godot. English is such a dumb language. English is awesome, but we took. I was thinking about this. Other languages, they take words from other languages. What do you call that? Loan words. But then they spell them the way that makes sense in that language, if that makes sense. So, we have baseball, and in Spanish, you don't just say, oh, baseball, because you would pronounce that totally differently, right? It would be like baseball or something like that. So instead, they're like, oh, we still want to say basically baseball, but we'll spell it the way we would say it, right? And English is like, Godot? I got you. Godot. But we pronounce it Godot. Anyways, there's my little rant. Oh, I do love Middle English. You say that like there's rules in modern English. Yep. I am kind of glad that we got rid of the whole, what do you call it? Second person familiar and second person um, formal in English. You used to have thou and you, and thee and ye. Or no, thou and thee and you and ye. That's right. Now we just say the second person plural familiar to everything. You. Mm, using unions. Okay. You're asking a question about using unions in Rust? Did you say something earlier? No. No, it's cool. I mean, we're all talking about languages here. It just turns out that English is a horrible programming language. And so then they were like, hey, I know, ChatGPT. Um, the C library uses unions, and I don't want to make the Rust library unsafe. So the C library, it uses unions, sure. How does it tag them? I imagine it tags them outside the union somewhere. Like how does in the C code how do you keep track of which variant of the union is currently in use? I hope it's not you just know. Oh, rewrite the library. As long as you're not trying to make bindings or something, yeah, you just rewrite it using enums. They're tag unions. Safer. Yay! This one's green too. That's wonderful. What's this? All right, cool. Your response makes me think that I didn't answer your question all the way. The unions I know let me write data into 2 bits of a 1-byte field. Oh. You mean where like you have multiple booleans in C and you can say that this one is bit 1 and this one is bit 2 and this one is bit 3 of a byte in the struct. Is that right? If you're using that, there is, what's it called? Bit flags? Which might be what you're looking for. Does not say anything. Maybe in the docs. Kind of like that, ish. And then it defines some methods to allow you to combine stuff. You know, you can do the weird bitwise operators if you're in love with them, but you can also use like English words, English-ish words. Yeah, bit flags. There was an April Fool's joke. Rust April Fool's language. We rewrote it in Rust. No, that's not right. What did they do? Was it just like all in? I almost wanted to say that the push for GAT stabilization was an April Fool's, but that's not it. I don't remember. Maybe it was a pull request that like changed everything into, what do you call that? Where everything's like just a different symbol in Unicode than the actual English letter. I think they did that like 4 or 5 years ago. No, that's a font that everyone hates. Rust RC. It's an April Fool's RC. There we go. Is this it? This doesn't look right. No. I don't know. I don't remember where it was. Anywho, this is Juan. This was fun. Thanks all for coming to hang out. Do some work together. Thinking next week I might do another office hours. If you have questions, how to do something like in Hyper or in Rust, or how to use bit flags, etc. Chat about that. I might prepare something just in case people don't have questions. We'll see. But it was good hanging out. Toodles all. How do I turn this off? I have this question every single time I do this.